Matt Stepp, Dave Campbell's Texas Football, back here for day 2 of the Texas High School Coaches Association Convention in San Antonio. And look who showed up at the Dave Campbell's booth, our good friend, the head coach of the Chapel Hill Bulldogs, Coach Jeff Riordan. Coach, how are you, sir?
I'm doing good. It's early, and I hope the questions are a little better in the morning. You don't have time to think about them.
That's right. Yeah, my brain's not fried
Try to
yet.
get you early before your brain was rolling.
There you go.
Did
you get your coffee? Coffee?
I've already had coffee. Got a little workout in. So.
Look at you. I did not work out this morning. I'm going to try to work out after work. You are a man who's on a mission, and you have a schedule, and you're keeping to it. Now, here's a question. What did you eat last night? What did you eat for dinner?
We went and seen The Godfather over at the Hard Rock.
Our good friend Carl Padilla.
Yeah, hung out over there for a little while, and then we ate at Cafe Olay.
Okay.
By default, because every other restaurant was like an hour and a half wait, and that was the 45-minute wait.
Yeah, so you're lesser of the evils, right?
Yeah, so we took the lesser of the evils. But we ate at Chris Madrid's when we first got down here Saturday night.
That's a San Antonio staple right there.
We're gonna hit that. We're gonna hit Big Lou's.
That's the Coach Riordan staple, right? Yeah. See, Big Lou's trip is underrated.
Yes.
You're gonna get you one of them. I need a picture of one of those giant slices. Like the slices as big as your head.
I'm a pizza guy, so when I come to San Antonio, definitely got to go to Big Lou's.
It's elite pizza. It's an elite pizza spot.
Yeah. Then we got to find some good Mexican food down here in San Antonio.
There you go. Okay. Well, let's talk about 2020 first before we look ahead to 2021.
Yes,
let's put a final bow on the 2020 season. And your second year at Chapel Hill, you guys get into the playoffs, late, and then you make a little bit of a run. You win a couple of playoff games, and you got some momentum heading into 2021. How big was that last year? To have that success, to get your young guys, because you were a young team last year, to get those guys that kind of throw in the fire and win a couple of playoff games. You get to practice for 3 extra weeks, and you get some success. How big is that as you carry that into 2021?
Man, it's huge for a number of reasons. First thing, you can't coach experience. Those 3 extra weeks with those young guys was definitely going to be beneficial to the future of our program. But then, the success. For them to buy what I'm selling, you got to have some victories. You got to have some wins. You got to have some successes, or you're preaching to them about this is how you win. This is how you're going to be successful. You keep doing these things, it's going to happen. And for it to happen, it just solidifies what we're telling them, justifies what we're telling them, and now they're all on board and understand where we're trying to go with and the direction we're trying to go with the program. But the other thing was, we're way ahead of schedule.
Yeah.
Getting there with a young team, and the previous seasons, that
they were struggling. They had some tough seasons. Chapel Hill's been a great program. They've struggled.
Right. And just being ahead of schedule is nice. And only graduate 9 or 10 seniors, and we had some good seniors. We had some big-time contributors, but for the most part, we're going to be very experienced next year. Everybody's coming back, and I told them all offseason, the third round is the floor. If we don't get to the third round, we didn't do as good as we did last year with all these guys coming back. I said, the third round is the floor, and playing at Cowboy Stadium is the ceiling. So that's a realistic goal now that you can preach to them, and that's not ever been on their mind. They didn't grow up seeing the Chapel Hill successful teams in the state championship. They were too young.
Yeah.
So to them, the program has been down all these years, but now to have that expectation be a reality has been nice.
So your summer strength and conditioning, edge, off season. How productive was that for you this year? Because of last year, obviously, the restrictions we had. How much, how big was that for you guys? And then in 7-on-7, you guys hosted a 7-on-7 qualifier.
Right.
It ran very well, by the way. I heard some good things about it. You guys did a good, and you guys qualified at it.
Right.
You go to College Station, and you have a nice run at College Station. You guys make it to the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
How big was that? How productive was your summer and off season?
I think, Stepp, when I got the Chapel Hill job, it was after spring break that year. Mm-hmm. So I really had April and May before the summer got here for that first season. And then last year, I had the first month or two of off season, and COVID hit. So I really had never had a full off season, spring ball, 7-on-7 with the guys. So this was the first year that we had to completely put our program in, from the beginning to the end. So it's been nice. The kids have seen their strength go way up. The kids have seen their speed go way up. Like you said, our O lineman, or D lineman, our lineman challenge went to state and was top 10.
They went out to Abilene and did that? Did they eat at Mary's? Did you find out if your lineman coach took him to Mary's?
I don't know. I don't know if he took him there. I'm sure he did, because he's a food connoisseur too. But
man after my own heart right there.
And then, our 7-on-7 finished in the top 8, final 8, Kaufman, we lost to Kaufman, and they won it. We beat Kaufman 2 previous tournaments. So, Feel good kind of where we're at, of what we got coming back. We got a lot of depth. We got a lot of speed running around. But the biggest thing right now is in the trenches.
Yeah.
Our O-line and D-line are going to be guys that can create some havoc and do some good things for us. Let those skill guys get out in space. So
I'll tell you that watching a 7-on-7 game with you and your staff was an experience for sure. I think I was good luck because the 2 times I went over there to watch you guys play, you guys won. So apparently it was all me. I was the good luck charm, I think. I believe that's what it was.
Hey, you showed up to Livingston, we win.
That's right. I was at the playoff game against Livingston.
I know that you've showed up in one of my games and I've lost. Alamo Dome, I win when you're there.
Well, I'll break some news here. Well, I have not released my 2021 schedule yet, but we'll break a little news here. Week 1, Friday night in Greenville, I will be at the Chapel Hill Greenville game.
Ooh,
so I'm expecting. Now if I don't win it, I'll feel like I let you down. So if you guys don't win it, it's pretty much blame Stepp. Instead of blame Tepper, we'll blame Stepp.
Yeah, I'll send all my mad mamas to you.
Oh gosh, please don't. Now, final question for you. You mentioned that the third round for you guys is the floor this year.
Right.
You really feel like, and obviously your district is tough. I mean, you play in Beast, Texas. I mean, you're playing Kilgore, Henderson, Lindale makes the state championship game last year.
Yeah.
I mean, you're in a district. Palestine's had some good years as well. You guys are in a really challenging district week in and week out, but you guys still have that expectation to make a deep playoff run.
Right.
What needs to go right in 2021 for you guys to have the success you think you're capable of?
I think it's the same any year with successful teams that you have that you think can make a run. Just being on those teams at Crosby and Sulphur Springs that made the 5 rounds and made state championship, won state championship. You gotta stay healthy for the first part of it. Your key guys got to stay healthy. We're great coaches, but we're only as good as the players we put on the field. So we got to keep those key guys healthy. We got to get we get to the playoffs. We got to peak at the right time. A lot of teams peak early in the season and kind of
stagnate a little bit, right?
At the end, there's no peak, and they kind of lose that luster. You got to find a way as a coach to continue that build so there's positives all the way through the season. And when you get to the playoffs, that magical run can happen. And then I always say, and when people ask me, what are some things that happened when y'all won a state championship at Sulphur Springs? Man, the ball bounced our way.
Yeah.
The ball's got to bounce your way. You got to stay healthy. You got to peak at the right time and have that chemistry. All those good teams have chemistry. But the ball's got to bounce your way sometimes. You can be the better team, and the ball's bouncing the other way, and you go home. So.
Always a little luck involved, right?
Yeah,
There's no doubt about that. All right, final question for you before we let you go. Lots of great places to eat in Tyler. Tyler's an up-and-coming food town. What's in the Tyler area? What's your go-to spot? Where's Coach Riordan? If you could pick one spot to go get a bite to eat in Tyler, where are you headed?
Man, that is tough because there are some good spots in Tyler. But Stanley's is a favorite.
Oh yeah.
Stanley's is one of the places that we always like to go to. Mercado's is good Mexican food.
Mm-hmm. Been to Mercado's, yeah.
You got
what's the pizza place that you tell me about? The pizza place.
Rotolo's.
That's good. In Lindale. We won't talk about Lindale too much, though.
That's
right?
that's Doc's in Lindale.
Oh, Doc's is in Lindale.
Yeah.
Okay,
Rotolo's. Tyler. If you want to go to Lindale, we'll go Doc's. But
no, we can't talk about Lindale. Sorry, Coach Cochran. We won't. We can't. We won't. Even though you're lovely, your better half, your lovely wife is a Lindale girl.
Yes,
we won't talk too much about Lindale.
She is.
So, all right, Coach. Appreciate your time. Appreciate what we do for student athletes in the state of Texas,
yes,
and enjoy the rest of coaching school.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thanks so much for watching that video. If you would like more and to be notified when they come out, go ahead and click that subscribe button right down there. You can also watch Texas Football Today every day live at noon on TexasFootball.com, Facebook, Twitch, and right here on YouTube. For more of the best coverage of Texas football in the Lone Star State, go to TexasFootball.com/subscribe.